Hey y'all, it's Mahogany coming to you with another video about my dreads. So please be sure that you subscribe to my channel to get all the latest secrets and tips about your dreads. Please be sure to like this video, share, and most importantly, I want you all to please comment on my videos. But most importantly, you all, please be sure to subscribe. And if you're wanting to start your dreads off, I'm also going to be getting into you all, when you're speaking to your loctician, to be sure that you all are on the same page, because if not, it could be very bad. It could be not good at all for you, like bad. And also just really being sure that dress is something that you really want, because again, it could be some negative things to come from it as far as your hair goes, with not being sure that this is what you want. So first things first, stripping your hair of the chemicals. So I've heard of two different ways that you can go through and strip the chemicals from your hair. One way is going through and getting a raw egg and kind of separating the yolk from the egg white. One way you can do it is by like cracking it in half, maybe, and like separating it that way. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. I could probably show you in another video. Or you can go through oh, well, when you have the egg white from the egg, you just want to like get rid of the egg yolk. You don't really need the egg yolk. You just want the egg white from it. But when you have the egg white, you go through and you just get some shampoo, any type of shampoo, it don't matter. Any type of shampoo, you go through and you put the egg white in the shampoo, and you just kind of like want to go through and wash your hair with that. If you have chemicals, this is only if you have chemicals in your hair, or if you want to just go through and do the egg wash without chemicals in your hair, just to be sure that your hair is, stripped and, easier to manage right before you go in to get your dreads started. I mean, you can do that as well. But that is one way of going through and getting the chemicals off of your hair. And, if it don't work the first time, of course, if you've been going through and getting your hair permed or whatever the case may be for a little while, you might have to go through and do it like 2 or 3 times before you actually feel the difference in your hair. So that's one way. Another way, what I heard, is lemon juice. Lemon juice. Again, you want to get the lemon juice and kind of like mix it in with some shampoo. Do the same type of steps with that. Going through and putting both of them, lemon juice and egg white, in the shampoo and washing your hair with it. I don't know if it could be too harsh, so I wouldn't try it. But I mean, if you want to go through and you're just like desperate, go ahead. But it could be some negative reactions. It might make your hair extremely dry and brittle. So just kind of be cautious when you're doing these things, because you don't want to go through and take everything from your hair. You just kind of want to get the perm or whatever chemicals you have on your hair off. So the egg white, and then you want to do the lemon juice, but always kind of be sure that you're putting it with some type of shampoo. You don't want to go through and just directly pour these things on your hair. Don't do it. You could, but I wouldn't do it. Just always try to, go through and dilute it a little bit. Just put some shampoo with it and kind of lather it up so it'll spread out throughout your hair. Scrub it real good. You just want to focus not so much on your scalp, but just mostly like your hair. So that always helps. And then another thing I wanted to get into is being sure that you and your loctician are on the same page when you are starting your dreads off. I cannot stress this enough. If you are going through and going to a loctician, you're spending your money for these people to go through and start your dreads off. So you just want to be so sure that y'all have had conversation after conversation after conversation about which way it is that you want to go with your experience, because you have to walk around with your hair the way they do it. So something to keep in mind. Also, you know what I'm saying, dreads, when you have them, I'm not saying that it's not permanent, but once you go through and dread up, who wants to go through and keep having to take their dreads out because they don't like them? So you just want to be sure that you and your loctician are on the same page. They know what size you want them. They know how you want them to fall. They know how you want to part it. Because when I started mine off, I had that problem. And I don't mean to talk about myself in this, but I'm just letting you know from experience. I've had 2 bad experiences with this situation. So I'm just letting you all know that please, please, please be sure that you and your loctician are on the same page when you're wanting to go through and start your dreads, because it could be really bad. If you go through to your loctician and they start your hair off, and you spent your money for it, you've sat down up under the dryer, they pulled and did whatever to your hair to get it, how the dreads are supposed to be started, and then you go through and you sit around, because this is what I did, y'all. You sit around and you let your hair stay in for 2, 3, 4 weeks, like, oh, okay, it's all right, I just deal with it. And then here it is 5 weeks later, and you still have these dreads in your hair, which you don't like, and you're taking them out. You're gonna lose hair. Like, I don't care how you try to maneuver around it, but you are going to lose hair. So if it's not what you want, you're out of money at that point, which that's a terrible thing. And then you've wasted time, money, effort. You just want to make sure that you and your loctician are on the same page, because it could really cost you in the end if it's not something that you are happy with and something that you really don't want. So I cannot stress that enough. So please, please, y'all, be sure that whenever you're going through and you're starting your dreads off, that you're talking to this person who's doing your hair. You've seen their work. You know what they're all about. And they know what you want. Most importantly, they have to know what it is that you want. What's your vision? Because it's all about you. It's your hair, your money. You know what I'm saying? So just always, always be sure that you're talking to this person and y'all have a mutual understanding that, at the end of the day, this is your vision for your hair, your dreads on your journey. So please, y'all, just be sure that you're speaking to your loctician and making sure that y'all are on the same page. I cannot stress that enough, because it will be so bad in the end. It will cost you your hair if you're not on the same page with this person. So please, y'all, think about that. And also, once you've gone through and you're a month in or 2 months into the process, and now you're looking at your hair like, oh my goodness, this, what did I do? Oh, females, I get it. You're used to looking a certain type of way, and now you have these, dreads in your hair and they look bad, and you just want to quit. Please be sure that this is what you want. You can go through and hide it and, not see it, and that's cool, getting through that process, that's fine. But if you get to that point and you say, hey, I'm 2 or 3 months in and this is not what I want, and you decide to take your hair out, honey, you are going to lose hair. You're going to lose hair. That is just it. Like, you're going to lose hair. I've gone through and I've done that twice. Don't do it. It will cost you in the end. So before you go through and you start your dreads, please, please, please be sure that it is what you want. You're sure about it. You've sat around, you've thought about it. Even go through and try the fox locks, try those to see how you like it, and just to see, because the fox locks help a lot. It kind of gives you a feel of, what they'll kind of look like, how they'll fall, how you like them, the size to play with, the different type of parting methods, all of those things, ladies. I know guys, y'all be like, hey, whatever, I got me some dreads, do rag it up, hat, fitted cap, whatever. But for females, it's a little bit more difficult for us to, go into looking one way and now you're looking another way. So, just be sure again that this is what you want, because if you go through and let your hair sit in with these dreads and it's not what you want and you decide to take them out, you are going to pay in the end. Your hair is going to pay. I'm letting you know that right now. So please, y'all, be sure that it's what you want, because you are going to lose hair if you sit around and just let your hair sit. So, just kind of, play around with different ways to start your dreads off. We have you can start with the plaids. You can go with the 2-strand twist. You can go with the comb twist, or you can even start like I did with the rubber band method. I had gone through, like I said, and started with the fox locks, and once I took my fox locks out, I had gone through and just kind of like put the rubber bands, I don't even know if you can see my hair. I had just gone through and put the rubber bands down my dreads. So, it really depends on what it is that you want, which way you want to go with it. But just be sure that when you do start this process, that it is what you want. I cannot stress that enough, because I just can't stress it enough. I don't want anyone to have to go through having to take your hair out once you've gone through and your hair is starting to bud up, because that is a bad thing. I can't stress it enough, you guys. So just be sure that you're very, very much sure about, starting your dreads. And if that's what you want, you're just gonna have to ride out the ugly wave. Ride out the ugly wave. Or, you can do the lace fronts, ladies. But you have to be so cautious about where you're laying that glue on your edges, because mine suffered and they're still suffering. I'm still, doing what I can to get my edges back. So, like I said, be sure, if this is what you want and you have chemicals in your hair, to strip the chemicals, you can either use the egg white or the lemon juice with some shampoo. That helps. Be sure that you and your loctician are on the same page. Please be sure that y'all are on the same page. And also be sure that if you go through and you're starting your dreads off, that it is something that you truly want, because if you let your hair stay in for too long and you decide to take it out, you're going to pay. And your hair is going to come out. You're going to rip your hair out because your hair has started to bud. Trust me. Especially if you're going through and following the steps that I've given you to help your hair dread up faster, you know. So always be cautious of that. And y'all, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. I cannot stress this enough to you all. Subscribe to my channel. Be sure to like my video, share, and also please comment. I want to hear what you all have to say. If you have questions or if there's something that you would like for me to talk about, you know, I'm here for that as well. So and let me know if, you know, what I'm saying to you all is, if it's helping or not. I would like to know, you know. So once again, you all, I will see you all next time, and be sure to like my video.